It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we changed the setting. So I'm sitting on my bed because this video today is gonna be really short because the book was a real novella. It was like, I think, 60 pages. So it's not like I have much to say without telling you guys the whole story and ruining it for you. So I'm looking down at my new Kindle. I told you guys that I was gonna show you. I still don't have the cover, but look at this. It's so sleek. I feel like I'm holding like a sheet of paper and the screen size is just perfect. Here's a comparison to my head, and I have a big head, so it lets you know that it's comfortable to read, and if you want to open it and navigate it, it's really easy. You just click on the books, and I love the dark mode, so sorry for the people that don't like it, and I feel like it's nice enough that I can read comfortably. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I love it. It's the Kindle Paperwhite signature, and I love it. It's the 32 gigabyte with no ads, and I got it with the Black Friday sale. So let's get into the review. So today it's, like I said, a real novella. It's like 60 pages. It's called The Gift by Freida McFadden, and I think that this book was on the list of the Amazon best holiday reads. I have to say that I still don't know what I think about it. It was so short that I feel like I didn't have time to immerse into the story, but then I don't want this review to be biased because I don't read a lot of novellas, and you guys are gonna think like I'm not being objective and maybe I'm judging it because it's the first one. I don't know. But basically, I felt like I didn't have time to really focus on the story, get immersed into it, and understand the reasoning of the character for their actions. So I'm gonna explain the story to you so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. So you get right into it. So there's no, prologue, introduction, because there's no point for a story that is under 60 pages. It's basically the story of Stella, and she's a waitress. So she's at a diner and she's in Brooklyn. She's working the night of the Christmas Eve, I think, because she has to do a double shift. So during the story, she explains that her husband is actually doing law school. So they have a lot of financial struggles because he's not working yet. He's focusing on his studies. She explains that he used to work, but he stopped because it was affecting his grade. And so she's having two jobs because she's a preschool teacher, I think, during the day. And then sometimes she works at a diner. So she's exhausted. Really, they describe the feeling so well. She's exhausted, she's so tired, she's over it, she want to go home. And anybody that works or worked into hospitality can tell. I had the same thing. I used to work at Agendas. I told you guys that in a previous video. And I would hate the last customer that were there right until 8 p.m. until I finished my shift. I would just pray for them to go home. And if they would order something to eat like 10 minutes before closing, I would be like, how inconsiderate. So yeah, basically she's finishing her shift with her colleague Bessie. Sorry, I'm looking down at the notes. And she's waiting for the last customer to leave. There's a man and a woman. The man pays for his coffee and he leaves. And she's explaining that she doesn't make that much money because people come there just to drink coffee for hours. They don't leave tips. They don't really order much food. And this lady is sitting there with absolutely nothing. They realize that nobody took care of her table, and basically she has nothing to eat, nothing to drink. She didn't, consummate anything. So they're wondering who took care of her because she's been sitting there for hours. She didn't call to us. Normally when you go to a restaurant and nobody pays attention to you, or the waiter is distracted, you call to them, you ask for service, especially on the day of Christmas Eve, right? So they're like, okay, this old lady didn't pay attention. So they go to tell her basically that she needs to leave because it's the end of the shift and they want to go home. So Stella goes to her and she thinks that she's dead because she's unmoving. She looks really tired and dead and, basically like somebody that is in distress. And her colleague is about to look into the purse of the woman to look for identification, but Stella is explaining that she believes that it's because she wants to steal from her, and the lady wakes up. She explained that she has an antique shop and she was eavesdropping on their conversation. And basically Stella was explaining to her colleague that she doesn't have any money to buy a Christmas gift to her husband. She feels really bad about it because even though they have financial struggles, they promised each other that they're going to try to find gifts that are not too expensive. So she want to bring him something, especially because it's their first Christmas as a married couple. So she want to make it special, So yeah, so the lady said, I was eavesdropping, so I've heard what you said, and I have an antique shop, and I can give you a gift that you don't need to pay with money. You can trade something that you own, because it's like an antique and pawn shop. So basically, if you have something valuable that you can give to me, I can give you a gift for your husband. So even though it's sketchy as well, and let me tell you, like, why do people put themselves in those kind of situations? It's 11 p.m. on the day of Christmas Eve. Your husband is waiting for you. Your shift is ended, and you have nothing else to do than following a crazy, sketchy old grandma to a store somewhere in the middle of New York. Like, come on. But of course, she does. If not, the story wouldn't be funny, right? So she goes to the store and she go check out that lady and what she's capable to sell her. So she see a lot of weird things, and they mention a monkey paw, that if you take the monkey paw, so monkey hand, into your own hand, you have 3 wishes basically. And it reminded me of a Simpson horror story episode. Maybe I'm wrong, but Homer was somewhere, I don't know if it's Morocco or some Arabic country, and he was buying souvenir for Bart, and he only found a monkey paw, and the monkey had like 3 fingers held like that. And every time Bart would make a wish, or somebody in the household, the finger would go down. And at the end, I think they would have like a curse or something. So it reminded me of that episode. So yeah, she's selling a lot of weird stuff. The lady's name is Helga, by the way. And then she finally find a chain for a pocket watch, and she's thinking, okay, my husband has a pocket watch that he got. It's a family heirloom. I don't remember who he got it from. So she's thinking, okay, it's going to be nice for him to have a chain to put on it, and it's going to be, memorable and with a lot of history, and it's going to be a nice, thoughtful gift. So she gets the chain and asks how much is it. She has a necklace on her, and Elga quickly tells her, listen, it's not going to cut it. The necklace is worth shit, basically. But she said, you can sell your hair. I do wigs. Which to me would be the normal point where you exit and you say, okay, bye girl, bye grandma. But for some reason, Stella doesn't exit, and she's convinced to sell her hair and cut it to get a chain for a pocket watch for her husband. I mean, it's not that serious, girl. I know you want to commemorate your first Christmas and you want to make it special for your husband, but trust me, he would have been happy with a sexy gift from you, like, I don't know, a dance, a goofy date, or a picnic in the park, or for you to hit the sheets, if you know what I mean. I mean, you didn't have to do all of that, but she does it. Helga takes her in the back of the shop to cut her hair. First of all, what kind of old lady that is barely, like, alive, almost legally blind, is gonna cut your hair? It doesn't make sense. So in the book, she's described as really, in the book, the scene is described as her giving her a buzz cut, if you know what I mean. So completely shaved with like this much hair left. And she's happy with that. She thinks it's okay. She goes home, meets with her husband, and basically explained that she gave away her hair to get a gift from him, and check that. Guess what he got her? Please pause the video, put in your comments what you think he got her as a gift, but this is hilarious. I'm gonna let you think about it. You found it? He made her, burnt brownies, I think, or burnt cookies, a dessert, basically. The whole house is a mess. The kitchen is not cleaned. It smells like burnt food, and this is what she gets. I was laughing. I had to put my Kindle down because that was so funny to me. So you mean to tell me you sacrificed your hair that you've been growing for 10 years to get that crap of a gift? It was funny, and it was just like men, it's something that they would do. So it was just hilarious. So she explained, and then a fight occurred. And I'm going to leave it here because I don't want to give up the ending, because trust me, guys, you're never going to believe the ending. You need to read this for yourself because it was so messed up. It was so twisted. The thing is, it's a thriller, so you kind of expect a twisted ending, right? But this was crazy, even for me. Yeah, so I'm not going to say more. I'm going to say that it's the kind of story that I want to give 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars because the idea is there. I feel like the will was there to do something great, but because it's so short, we didn't have any backstory. I cannot explain, but the ending to me was too abrupt. To me, the big reveal at the end was a little bit underwhelming, anticlimactic, basically, in the sense that I expected something weird going on, because nobody would willingly do all of that. But yeah, I'm just thinking that someone was just crazy. That's just the only explanation that I can find. But yeah, you guys read it and tell me what you think about it. It was my first thriller that I read in a while. It's been like, I think, a year, and it was my first Christmas one, and I really loved it. I actually downloaded a few more, so I'm gonna give you a variety of books during this Christmas Readmas, like I said. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it was more casual one sitting down here, but I really wanted to film, and I'm going on a weekend to Belgium because I have a dance workshop, so I wanted to make sure that I film and I edit the video before I leave. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. If you read the book, what you think about the book, all that jazz. So I wish you guys a lovely evening or whenever you guys are watching this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
The season of peace is finally here.